Let us now revisit these titans, not as museum pieces, but as ancestors betrayed. John Langella Balele Dube, the father of people's capitalism. The first president of the ANC, John Dube, was more than a politician. He was a builder of men. In 1901, he founded the Olange Institute, a school rooted in the philosophy of self-help, self-rule, and self-reliance. He taught black South Africans not to envy the wealth of others, but to build their own. He studied Booker T. Washington and adapted his industrial education model to African soil. He coined a local gospel, "Wake up and do it for yourself." Dube was not worshiping capitalism. He was redeeming it. He Africanized it. He baptized it in black resilience and made it speak isiZulu. This was not white man's capitalism. It was people's capitalism. Local, moral, and life-giving. Sefako Magatho, the capitalist teacher and merchant king. The second ANC president, Sefako Magatho, was no less devout. A teacher, businessman, and editor, he built bakeries and trading stores in the Pretoria region. But he didn't stop there. He taught capitalism. In community halls, churches, and gatherings, he educated his people in money management, bookkeeping, and commercial ethics. Magatho is the one who popularized Vuk'uzenzele across the townships. To him, self-reliance was a national policy, not a personal slogan. He believed the liberation of black people would not come from protests alone, but from owning land, owning shops, and owning one's future. Sol Plaatje, the prose prophet of economic freedom. The first Secretary General of the ANC, Solomon Plaatje, was the soul of the movement. A writer, linguist, and cultural ambassador, he spent his life fighting not for socialism, but for participation in the capitalist economy. He didn't demand handouts. He wanted access. He wrote with pain and poetry about black dispossession, not to promote class war, but to awaken the dignity of earning one's place. He did not believe wealth should be taken. He believed it should be created by blacks through effort, education, and enterprise. Then came the Great Theft. The early ANC was not communist. It was capitalist in spirit, Christian in morality, and African in form. It was not a liberation movement in the Marxist sense. It was a civilization movement. So how did it all fall? How did the ANC go from people's capitalism to a party worshiping the central state, controlling industry, redistributing land without productivity, and imposing a godless communist constitution? It happened by stealth. And at the center of the betrayal stands Nelson Mandela. Mandela did not continue Dube's legacy. He replaced it. Under his influence and that of Moscow-trained revolutionaries, the ANC stopped teaching Vuk'uzenzele and started preaching the state will provide. He aligned the party with Soviet Marxism, welcomed Communist Party operatives, and became the face of a new foreign ANC. And with him came the virus. The aftermath. A constitution without God, a nation without soul. The 1996 Constitution of South Africa, the so-called best in the world, is not built on Dube's values. It is godless, statist, and materialist. It speaks of rights, but not responsibility. It promises freedom, but demands dependency. Gone is the belief in family, church, enterprise, and personal duty. Gone is the gospel of people's capitalism. In its place is a cold, bureaucratic text that enshrines entitlements but erases the soul of the nation. Conclusion. The betrayal is complete, but not irreversible. If you knew the original ANC, the ANC of Dube, Magatho, Plaatje, you would weep at what it has become. They built. This one consumes. They taught. This one deceives. They called you to rise. This one tells you to wait. But the spirit of people's capitalism is not dead. It sleeps in the bones of this land. In every street vendor, every backyard mechanic, every mother running a spaza, every township baker, it breathes. We must return, not to the ANC, but to the forgotten gospel of African self-reliance. Let us teach it again. Let us live it again. Let us rise again.